So first off, guys, is being recorded. Perfect. Got it. First off, guys, I just wanted to bring Zach on here. I appreciate, first off, your time for coming on here, working with the agents here. So Zach, good friend. He's in the business. He's been in over a solid year, and he's a top producer. But on top of that, he is a tech mogul, basically. Him and his roommate, good friend, Matt Proud. I wanted to bring him on here because they started a basically software company called Turbotex. And he'll kind of break that down, exactly what it is, how to utilize it, etc. But I've been using it. I know Ashli loves it. I have a couple people using it already. Liz is using it as well. I highly recommend it. I mean, just kind of personal experience with it. I've personally made in about a week time over 10K just using Turbotex. So it's just a different way to utilize your leads already, and like maximizing your leads. People you can't get on the phone, people you haven't been able to reach, you can throw them into this Turbotex campaign. And really, like I said, at the end of the day, is maximizing your leads. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who maybe won't answer your phone calls, but they prefer just texting. So it's a cool way to just do business and just maximizing those leads. So Zach, I appreciate you being on here, and I'll give you the floor.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Joseph. I appreciate you having me hopping on. And, I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys, give a quick background of how Turbotex started and why it's a useful tool and why it's worth your time to at least try it. So yeah, like Joseph said, my name's Zach. I have been in FFL for about 1.5 years now. And when I first started, I've been in tech in the past in my history. I had an app I created with a buddy, and I've always been a techie, nerdy type of guy. And I've always been about automations and systems and making things more efficient, right? We got to work hard, but we also want to work smart too. You want to do both and not just work really, really hard, right? Like a ditch digger can work really, really hard all his life, but if he keeps digging ditches, he's not going to get very far ahead, right? Unless he maybe buys an excavator and he can dig a bigger ditch, and he's working smart too and hard, right? So it's the same concept. We're using tools, we're using things to work smarter and harder. And I started FFL about 3 months in, and I'm like, we're dialing all these leads. We're investing a good chunk of change every single month on these leads, and we're investing a good chunk of change, and from there we want to at least get a good return on our investment, right? We want to make sure that we're getting the most out of these leads and resolving every single lead. So it didn't take me long, about 3 months in, I'm like, okay, there's got to be a better way to at least text these leads in one mass text and have it look personalized, like it's coming from you. It doesn't look like a computer's texting them, and you're notifying every single lead you purchase that, hey, I'm here to help. So I teamed up with one of my buddies, Matthew Proud, who is my business partner in Turbotex now, and I brought to him the problem that I was dealing with. We created a software really just for me to use and solve my problem. And I got a text back right away and booked an appointment within like 5 minutes. And I was like, yo, like this works. And I got really excited about it. I booked an appointment, and then I booked another one the next day, and then a few more. And I didn't have to dial. I was just texting them. So for me, I was like, okay, yeah, this is valuable. And I was able to book more appointments and sell more insurance. So I realized other agents are going to want this as well. So we put something together that's simple for the newest agent that's not tech savvy. We put something together that has explainer videos, training videos, exactly how to do it, and how to send out your own text campaign and resolve every single lead. And I'm going to break that down for you guys today. I'm going to share my screen and share exactly what the software is and how it works, and just go through a nice little overview of the ins and outs. So give me one moment here. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you see my screen.
Yep.
You guys see my screen? Okay. I'm going to be looking over at a different screen here, so you won't see me looking directly at the camera. But you see, is this a Turbotex on the screen?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. All right. So basically, you log in here through the software, and from here, I'll give you a kind of quick overview breakdown. So once you log in, you create your account, you have a 14-day free trial. So you get to try it out for free, and you can you get your own experience. If you like it, great. If you don't, then no harm, no foul, no worries. But you're gonna like it. It's gonna book you appointments. You're gonna make money. You're gonna be happy. So you start here, and the first thing you do is you click the Start Here button, and then that's gonna open up the training of all the videos of exactly how to set up your first text campaign. Okay, and it's pretty simple. You're just importing your lead list, a CSV file, right into Turbotex, and you're going to add them to a text campaign that I've already built out. So I tested different text messages, different rebuttals, all the objections, the common objections we've heard. I've gone through and figured out what to say. So you don't have to do all that. I did all the thinking for you on that end of exactly what to say to the client to get them to book an appointment with you. And all you got to do is plug in your leads and hit go. We're trying to make it really, really simple. But those training videos break it down, show you exactly how to do that. And then once you've sent out your leads, you just have a conversation with them through the platform. So you don't actually have to text them on your phone. You can message them here, SMS, or you can do it email, all through the platform, right? And then I think my favorite part here is the text templates. So you don't have to type out every single text yourself. I already did that for you. You just click that little template button, and then it's got a list of every objection or what to say to book an appointment already set up for you guys. So if you guys ever heard of, I can't qualify, or I'm not interested, or I already have coverage already. How many of you guys have heard that? It's too expensive, can't afford it, whatever it may be. So what I did is I created these templates. All you do is click that. If they say it's too expensive, I can't afford it, click use template, and then it auto populates into here, and it'll send that response once you hit send to your lead. This is just a test account, but as you can see, that's how it would work. So you can manage all your conversations here, as well as there's an app where you can do it on the go as well. When you're out and about, you're in between appointments, whatever, there's an app called Lead Connector that we use that use the same login, and you can manage all your conversations on the go and use the text templates. So it makes it really quick to message all your leads. There's the calendar. You can connect your Google Calendar to here, to where you can set appointment reminders, automatic texts that go out to clients right before you get on the phone with them, if you're doing telesales, or right before you get to their house, if you want to just update them before you get there, so you know they're going to be there and not no-show you, or answer the phone and not no-show you. So that's really valuable when you have your calendar hooked up to Google Calendar. And from here, this is all your contacts. I'll kind of blur this out for privacy reasons, but these are all my leads I've uploaded, right? And all I do is after I've uploaded them and imported them, you just import them right here, kind of like Phone Burner. If you guys have used Phone Burner, very similar. Then I just add them to a text campaign, and then send them out. And then here, if you go here to opportunities on the left, opportunities, this is kind of like a pipeline to manage. I'll blur it so you guys can get an idea. Just manage the process of where they're at. Like, hey, they're your prospects. I'll put it in I have a couple different pipelines here. So this is my pipeline for my insurance leads. So you can drag and drop them. As everyone who's ever responded to your texts, they're going to auto-populate here. You can drag them into interested, follow up, you set an appointment, reschedule an appointment, no-showed you, attended appointment, or close the sale, right? And you can drag and drop each lead on the pipeline just to keep things organized for all these people that you're going to be texting. So you can drag and drop just like that, so you have an idea. Keeps it organized. All right, and then show you a couple more things here. I'm just doing a brief overview. Go to automations here. So with automations, these are your campaigns. I just want to give you guys an idea of what that looks like, what message is actually going out to your leads. So this is all built out for you. Like, you don't have to type all these things out. You don't have to worry about what to say. Your goal is just to get them to agree to book an appointment with you and use all the messages here to do that. So let me pull up this campaign. This is the most popular one. This is used with instant internet leads, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month leads. Works just as good for any of those types. And as you can see, it's going to send out a message immediately, and it's going to use that contact's first name. So it's going to look like a personalized text to every single person you send the text out to. It's also going to use their personal state and your personal name. And then if they don't respond, 23 hours later, it's going to send another text saying, hey, will this be your first policy? Or are you going through a changing coverage to find a better plan? Right? It's going to drip on them. And if they don't respond, 18 hours later, it sends them another one. This is where the money's made, guys, on this automated follow-up. I can't tell you how many appointments I booked on the 5th or 6th or 7th text that went out, where they finally replied like, hey, thanks for being persistent. I've been busy. I was on vacation. I was doing this. I was doing that. But yes, I need insurance still. Can you help me? Mike Curry helped 10 families on one of these texts that went out. It was like the 8th one. This was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, using the software. Just 10 families, if you guys know what that means. And he never would have contacted this person because he wouldn't have sent out that many texts manually. So this is going to do it all automated. And if they respond, it's not going to keep texting them. It's going to stop texting them. And then now it's your job. You take over the conversation, and you're the one that will book that appointment from there, right? So the campaigns is where I think the most value is, as well as the text templates and all the automations behind that. So that's the texting side of things. You can also do an email campaign. We get all the emails for our leads. You can send out an email campaign as well. Might as well do a couple touches, try calling them, try texting them, try emailing them, hit them from 3 different angles to try to get a hold of them and resolve that lead. A couple more recent features we've added that have been really valuable to a lot of users with Turbotex is the personally branded website. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is what my personally branded website looks like. You guys get this free with your account. It's all set up. All you do is plug in your photo and your information up here. And this is designed specifically for FFL agents, where it has all the important information. And this is a client-facing website. So what I do with this is I send this to clients before I get on the phone with them. So it's got my license. It's building credibility. They put a face to the name. They can trust me more when I'm on the phone. So when it comes to telesales, it's a much easier process where I'm not trying to convince them I'm real, convince them that I'm a licensed agent. Like, they can see my license. They can verify it here on the website. They can see who I work with, what my carriers are. They can see who I am, my personal information, my NPN number. It just makes things much easier for when you're doing telesales. And you can also do this if you're doing in-home, just send it to them before you get to their house, right? And they can look you up. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on the phone and they're like, oh, no, you don't have to give me your NPN number. I already looked you up, saw your website. I trust you. I get, great. Let's get right down to business, right? So this is the client-facing website. It comes free with your Turbotex account, as well as a recruiting website. For those of you building a website here, those of you building an agency here, a recruiting website, this is pre-built out for you as well, that you can send to anyone that is interested in FFL, becoming an agent. It's just a clean, easy landing page for them to check out FFL, right? It's got the overview video. It's got some real testimonials from Glassdoor on here, and then a little bit about you. And if they click apply now, what's going to happen is, for me, I have mine set up a little bit differently, but for yours, so you can set up like a questionnaire. For yours, it most likely will be a form, unless you want to do more advanced things. But yeah, they'll fill out a form, and then from there, you're going to get a text message. The second they fill out that form, they're going to get a text message right away as well, letting them know that you're going to be reaching out and contacting them. And then it's going to follow up with them if they don't respond. It's really going to engage all your leads from the recruiting side of things, as well as the business side of things, just selling life insurance. So it's using tools, guys, to do all the things that can be automated. Because if something can be automated, why spend the time and energy doing it yourself when you can have software and a system do it for you? Save you time, energy, and money. that is the whole point. So this is the recruiting website for anyone building an agency. So you get this, you get the client-facing website, as well as I think the most valuable part is, the actual Turbotex software that's going to help you sell more insurance, right? So that's just the gist of it. That's just like a quick little overview. I don't want to get into too much details. There's a lot of really cool features. There's a lot of advanced features that Turbotex can do that I haven't really gotten into yet. But I just want to give you a quick overview for a lot of people checking out for the first time. But there's a lot this can do. This is actually a full business management platform. I have more advanced stuff set up on my personal end, but just the texting alone, I know a ton of you probably have leads in your CRM, hundreds or thousands that you just haven't gotten in contact with. Upload them to here, do a text blast, and you're going to book some of those appointments. Like I'd say out of 100 leads you text, you can book anywhere from 4 to 7, and you don't have to make one dial, right? So the way I do it, I dial first, right? I dial through my brand new leads first, and then I send out a text blast for all those leads that didn't answer the phone. That's my personal strategy. I know some people are just strictly texting and they're booking all their appointments over text and they're making it work for them. You can be creative with it. You can create your own text campaigns, right? You can use your default ones. You can create your own. You can get creative, but you can leverage this to book a ton more appointments. Like Joseph said, he's able to earn an extra 10,000 doing that. So with that, that's a quick overview. I can go more in depth on any certain specific thing. I wanted to open it up to Joseph. If you got any questions or anything you want me to go in more in depth on, or anything at all in regards to TurboTex, happy to jump into any details you have for that.
So I appreciate, first off, again, thank you, Zach, for taking the time out today just to go over that with us. Mm-hmm. Touching on that, guys. I mean, I highly recommend it. I know there's other companies, other platforms out there like Ringy, etc. But what I really like with Zach and Matt with TurboTex is it's very specific. Okay, they're focusing on the one thing, and they're doing it very, very well. And I recommend it. I mean, if you guys are using Phone Burner, this is another app, and they do a great job. Their campaigns are great. It's seamless. They dumb it down. They keep it very, very simple for anyone to just hop on there. They have the training videos to watch. I recommend watching them because if you miss a step.
Yep.
And it just takes maybe an hour to get set up. Would you say about an hour?
Yeah, it depends how techy you are, but yeah, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I'd say. And once you got it set up, then it's easy, because the next time you do a text blast, it takes you like 5 minutes because you just import your leads and hit go. But yeah, we're getting your ghost number set up and understanding the platform a little bit. It takes a little time, but there's the training videos that walk you through it step by step.
And how much is it monthly?
Yeah, so it's $97 a month, but for FFL agents specifically, we're doing 30% off for now. So now it's with that promotional code, the 30 FFL, which I'll put in the chat here, or Joseph can put it in the chat. It's $67 a month. Okay, so $67 a month. I know we have a Facebook group here. If you guys can see, I'll show you people are getting results. So you get 14-day free trial, so you don't pay anything, just try it out. You get $20 worth of text credits every single month, and it stacks up if you don't use it. So you'll get to send out your first text blast for free. And then every text after that is less than a penny per text. Okay. So just if you guys can see my screen still, I'm on our private Facebook group, FFL Turbotexers. You guys can join it. You can see all the people at FFL making bank. Like Chelsea, just made my first sale from TurboTex, AIG policy approved, got TurboTex a few days ago. I was like, cool, how much AP? And $730 she made. So she hasn't spent a penny yet on TurboTex. She's on the free trial still, and she made $730, right? I mean, it's awesome.
I also.
Oh, I heard someone asking a question.
I believe 100. Yes, do you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. This is Liz. I also made money on the free trial as well. I think it was 1,200 AP.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. That was like an America policy, right?
Correct. Yeah. And the guy, he never answered my phone call. I called him 6 times And I texted him and he's like, yeah, can I call you? And that's how I got that policy. So, I mean, it does work.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's another way to reach them, and you're going to reach a ton of people all at once. You hit one button, 100 texts go out to your whole list, right? Or 200, right? And I've heard countless stories of people in the free trials getting sales. Matt Goodrich is one of them. He's made over 10,000 in this first month, similar to Joseph. Like, it works. I mean, it's just another way to reach them. So a lot of happy users right now. It's a newer tool to FFL. Majority of FFL doesn't know about it yet, but a lot of them will be using it here soon once they find out about it, because why not, right? It's just another way to reach your clients. You're already spending money on them. Why not text them? Why not reach them that way as well? Dial them, call them, obviously stick to that, but then the people that don't answer, reach out to them via text. So it's a no-brainer.
Guys, it's a business expense. At the end of the day, I mean, $100, even if you're paying without the coupon, I'm telling you right now, it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's going to be a write-off. It's a business write-off. It's a business expense, but you're going to make your money back. It's a great investment. You're utilizing your leads, and at the end of the day, you come into this business, especially for your newer guys, newer girls, come into the business, and you can just hustle your way to 6 figures, which is great. But I think if you have a more business mindset and you want to, you like your time, you value your freedom, your financial freedom, and your time freedom, using tools just like this is going to allow you to do that. You're stretching out your leads, so you're not just buying leads and wasting leads when you don't call them. And it's another way, another thing to add to your business. You can do it specifically just text campaigns, which is great. But I think it's just kind of what Zach's doing as well, is calling them first, doing the text campaign after. I haven't tried the email campaign just yet, but that's definitely something I'm going to start doing as well, just to start dripping on them. He kind of touched on it, but it does drip campaigns where it's going to drip on your clients over time for you. So you don't have to do anything besides put your CSV file in. Okay, you start the campaign. They're very specific to the lead types we run: mortgage protection, internet, new internet. He works specifically for us agents, and for those of you who ever work with any other carriers, anything like that, that's something you can always add, and something they're obviously going to grow with it. Again, I appreciate you, Zach.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Does anyone have any questions or anything before I wrap it up here? I'm going to stop the share. Anything at all, anything you guys can think of?
I think you did.
Sorry. I was going to ask a question really quick.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I was still muted. I was just wondering how it compared to Ringy. I've been looking at them as well. I like the idea that this has a website lead page. Ringy, I don't believe has that.
Right. Yeah. So this is FFL specific. So this is like it's customized specifically to FFL, right? When you create your account. So all the terminology in the text messages says like FFL, or it says our carriers we use, like Americo, AIG, et cetera, et cetera. And then obviously the personal branded website and the recruiting website are all FFL specific. And then it has the drip campaign. It has the drip campaign built in. And it's all set up. It's like out of the box, ready to go. That would be the biggest difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And Zach, that's where I was going to chime in too. And just so you guys know, I've used Turbotex a few times. One of the times that I had used it, I was on a road trip. Joseph and I had met up, but we were on a road trip together, basically trying to get new agents off the ground and running. And honestly, I was hitting zeros every day. And we plugged our leads into Turbotex. It's right when Zach launched it. And that's actually where we made all of our sales, helping 2 other agents obviously put money in their account. So for me, it's this is a huge, like, it's not just something that works for some agents. To me, it's like, as a leader who's been with FFL for 3 years, it's something that helped me significantly get interrupt myself. And so Zach, I just wanted to clarify real quick. So you guys have specific, and this is for people who aren't familiar with it, yet you have specific responses for both telesales and in-home,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
so when someone texts back and they say, you know, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but maybe I'm free on Friday. You have a thing that you can, we don't have to type it. We don't have to think. It's an automated text that you click, and maybe you personalize the city, whatever, but it's both for telesales and in-home, correct?
Correct. Yep. There's text templates built out specifically for in-home agents and telesales agents that will help you book the appointment for an in-home or book the appointment for a telesale. Yep.
Okay, awesome. And so guys, one thing that I'll touch on just from my personal experience in building teams and being with FFL for quite some time and also in the insurance industry is I know where agents quit. And Zach and Joseph, I think you guys can agree with me. They quit on the phone.
Mhm.
They don't say, oh no, this isn't for me when they have a bad experience in the home. They don't say, oh, this isn't for me when they go to a sales conference or when they get a bad text, right? But when they say, I'm throwing in the towel, and they may not know that this is why, but it's on the phone, right?
Mhm.
So it's when you're making $200-$300 a day and you had a bad day. And then the next day you go in your couple appointments, that you have 4 or 5, and you say, I went 0 for 5, I'm done. Like I worked my ass off all day the day before. I got told no on the phone. I got told yes 5 times, and then I made no sales. To me, this is just as important as getting leads in your pocket because I know where agents quit, right? On the phone every single time. If anyone has another idea of where agents quit, let me know. But I promise most of the time it's on the phone, and it's because it is hard. And this isn't to make the business, you know, the hard side of the business go away completely, but it can definitely aid in helping like you get to that next level. And at first I thought, you know, maybe this is just a supplement, but to be honest, it's just as important to me as leads are, because I know where people quit, and that's on the phone. If that makes sense.
I would definitely.
No, go ahead, Joseph. Go ahead, Joseph.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hey, Joseph, you're muted.
Girl.
You know, I would definitely agree. I think that's where a lot of agents quit is on the phone. You have bad dial days, and I've never seen anyone who just quits when they're in a home. I mean, even if you go 0 for 10 in a home at least. And I think that does alleviate a lot of that pressure, and just kind of streamlines your business a little bit more, and it makes it more of a business rather than you just directly just being a salesman.
Right.
And I think that that's where the future is moving. Personally, I can tell you I have friends in other businesses and they're booming, and they don't just do everything on the phone anymore, because now there's text, now there's the internet, now you have access to DMing people and sending a quick text. And I personally am a phone person. Like my friends know, like I pick up the phone when I want to talk and I don't send a text, but a lot of these people, they don't want to talk, you know? And so getting that appointment, figuring out when they're home or figuring out when they're available, that's all we really need. And at that point, when we know people are free and we know they're home, we've got them. We can at least get our pitch out and at least, you know, try to get them to think the way we think on why it's so important that they have life insurance. But until we get that chance, we're just kind of, you know, we're just messing around.
Right.
Is there a link for a calendar in there so that when they do get a text message from us, an automated one, that they can, like, say the first message, that they can click on the link and make an appointment? Is that what it is? Or
You can set that up, but I want to recommend that strategy because most clients aren't going to take the time to click a link and fill out a whole appointment calendar, right? But
you mean they're not going to? Is that what you said?
They're not going to.
Okay.
People aren't going to take that extra step. Majority
Okay.
of our clients. So what it is when
Okay.
you're on the phone with them or
Yeah.
over text, there's a Google Calendar setup where it links up to Turbotex, where you just punch in their name, phone number, and then now it's going to start an auto sequence that I built out that will send them an email, send them a phone, send them a confirmation text for the telesale appointment. 15 minutes before the appointment, they'll say, Hey, Sue, just a reminder, our appointment's in 15 minutes. If you haven't yet, check out my website. And looking forward to talking with you. 5 minutes before the appointment. Hey, Sue, 5 more minutes. I'll give you a call. Have a pen and paper ready and we'll get started, you know, and just little reminders that are going to help with your no-show rate. So that's what we have built out.
Okay.
So it looks like Miguel asked the question, if you're building around text campaigns, do you recommend targeting different age groups outside of 50 plus when getting leads. So when you're building, I'm trying to understand the question. If you're building around text campaigns, do you recommend targeting different age groups outside of 50?
Like if he's getting like targeted leads, Facebook, etc., to target younger demographic who are using text rather than
you know, I don't really target a certain age group. I just whatever leads I get, they're all kind of a mix of different ages anyway, and I just use the campaign that's built out specifically for that lead. If it's a 1 month internet lead, I'm throwing it into the 1 month internet lead campaign. If it's a mortgage protection lead, I'm throwing it into the mortgage protection campaign. And you would be surprised. Most older folks know how to text nowadays. My grandma, she's 89. She texts like a champ. Sometimes it looks a little funky on some responses, but she knows how to text. So old, young, everyone's comfortable with texting nowadays. So a lot of people are actually more comfortable. They'd rather text than talk on the phone, believe it or not. So I don't target a specific age range, but you can create your own campaign. If you wanted to say something that was specific to a 50 plus year old, you could go ahead and do that. If you want, you can go and edit those campaigns, edit those templates as you please. But yeah, I don't target a certain age range.
Zach, real quick. Do you or have you used email in the past, or do you really just use text?
I mainly use text. I know some people like to dabble with email. The response rate, the engagement rate's dramatically lower with email versus text. Text, everyone reads their text. Like 99% of people is actually going to read it. Maybe they don't respond, but everyone's going to read it. We're getting like a 30 to 40% response rate on texts, which is insane. And whether it's good or bad, you're getting a response, you're getting engagement. So we're getting a high response rate on these campaigns. And with an email, you're lucky if you get 5%, right? But if you want to try that route, why not? You can do that as well with Turbotex. It has that feature to hit them from 2 different angles.
Gotcha. Thanks.
But I know we got about 3 minutes left on the call here. So I can answer like one more question. Other than that, go ahead and get the free trial. I put the link in the chat. And you guys can connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, if you have questions or you get stuck on something. I'm here to help. I want to see you guys make money. I made this because I'm a FFL agent myself. I found a problem that I was struggling with and it worked for me. And I know it can work for you guys too, and you're going to get results. So I'm excited about it because it works. And I built it because FFL agents need it. Yeah, you get that 14-day free trial and give it a go and you got nothing to lose. So you'll see for yourself how well it works.
Zach, I appreciate you hopping on this. For those of you, I know it's Sunday night. Maybe you guys are 5, 6, 7 p.m. I appreciate all of you guys who are just investing in yourself, hopping on here on a Sunday night. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Connect with Zach on social media. If you have any questions, shoot him a DM. He's more than happy to help. Make sure you join his Facebook group as well, because it's obviously going to be tight on there. But you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Again, all of you guys, I appreciate you hopping on this. I hope that you do invest in yourself, do this. It's going to see the results right away. So with that, thank you again, Zach, and you guys all have a good night.
Yep. Thanks, Zach.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. See you guys later.
Peace out.